Those of you who got an invite, welcome to Nerd Prom.
No matter where in the world you are, we're all Nerds International. With the hyphen.
Listeners out there, we want to introduce you to a new YouTube channel of a cracking gentleman. He's called the
Stand-up young man.
Stand-up young man in society. A good example to all the kids out there. He's called the Bong Lord.
But how does he say it?
I'm the Bong Lord.
And he's a fucking crazy guy.
He's a crazy dude, yeah.
So what was the first ever video? What's the first? Everyone remembers. It's like when John Kennedy was shot. Everyone remembers what the first Bong Lord video they saw was. Mine was the one where he smoked weed through a sausage roll.
Mine was when he smoked weed through a trainer.
I don't think I've seen that one. Oh dear. There was one, basically this guy, they're like 30-second videos, and he's just him smoking weed through various things. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
And he never lights it himself. He's always got like a sort of, he's got like a
little lackey, isn't he?
Yeah.
Would
you like more weed, Mr. Bong Lord?
I'm the lighter lord.
Yeah, he's an Australian guy. And there was one that I saw on Easter Day where he posted a video of him. They've made a bong out of an actual chocolate Easter egg, and he
I think I've seen that one.
Yeah, his friend likes it. He smokes it, then he munches the Easter egg and drinks the water, and then his mate goes, "Classic Bong Lord."
Classic Bong Lord.
So that's run of the mill stuff for Bong Lord.
Yeah, that's just
classic Bong Lord.
Yeah.
I see him smoke a banana.
Yeah, it's like he does it every day. Just classic Bong Lord.
Classic Bong Lord.
So that's got
Bong Lord.
It's got nothing to do with RPGs, but everyone check out the Bong Lord. He's our new best friend.
Yeah, he's still not replying to our emails.
If anyone knows him, tell him to get in touch because we want to get him on the show. We reckon he plays RPGs.
Yeah,
because Bong Lord sounds like the name of a character, doesn't it?
I was just about to say it's definitely it could be a great enemy in a game, couldn't
Chaotic evil.
I am the Bong Lord.
Oh yeah, no, you're. That sounds like a good guy.
That's true, yeah.
But anyway, we got a show to do, so that's enough about the Bong Lord. Tell me about you, listeners. No, it doesn't make sense. Right, let's get on with it. Woo!
Coming at you live from the subconscious of a succubus, it's me, Nick Lamley Lamslice.
And me, Harrison Hunt, aka that kid on the bike.
And we are
the Tabletop Twats. Hey, that was a good one. We've done it. Sometimes we can do it.
Sometimes.
This is an RPG podcast all about tabletop RPGs. And today we've got a bloody show for you today, ladies and gentlemen, because we've got what you've been slaying. We've got the main subject, which is going to be alignments this time. We're having a bit of a discussion. Ooh. We are capable of doing it. I think we can do it. It's been a while. We've got Song Fight, where we've had our good friend James the musician send in a song. And we have, of course, got Inside the Mind of the Masters, where we have got unbridled access to the publishing companies, and we've done a little documentary about them. Yeah. And then we've got Electro Letters, followed by our world-famous outro. It is going to be so good.
Your pants might fall off.
They might. And that's independent of your trousers coming off. So How the fuck that works, we don't even know.
But it's happening.
So, without further fucking about, let's get on to what you've been slaying.
Oi! Yeah? What you slaying?
Boing! Here we are. It's what you've been slaying.
It's like we moved room.
We're in the what you've been slaying room.
Yep.
It's a different kettle of room. So, first up, let's talk about. Actually, let's go in reverse order because I've written it on this list. But the listeners don't need to know, do they, Nick?
No, we turn it on his head.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just trying to confuse you.
Okay.
Death Trap Dungeon.
Oh, boy.
You played that on holiday, didn't you?
I did. I played some Death Trap Dungeon. I played some Death
Scat Dungeon. The jazz RPG.
The jazz version, yes. Limited edition. Limited sale. No, I'm joking. No, I played... Harrison bought me for my birthday last year. The absolute classic Death Trap Dungeon. By Ian Livingstone, I believe.
That's him.
And so these are Choose Your Own Adventure?
Yeah, Choose Your Own Adventure books.
Yeah.
We all played them when we were kids, you know.
Yeah.
Don't try and deny it.
I know, I definitely did when I was a kid, and it was a blast, mate. It was I was sitting in the Turkish heat by the pool with an old book, a pencil, and a couple of dice. I bet the people opposite me thought I was mental, but I had a great time. For the people who don't know what it is, wow, okay, how do you explain it? Is it pre-RPG? Or is it something that came out around about the same time from the same hype?
Well, that particular one would have been post RPG, definitely.
Yeah.
But I mean, a lot of people would have played them as a
Gateway drug to RPGs.
Yeah, definitely. I certainly did. But this particular one, what's the story of it?
Well, basically, every year, so there's this town called Fang, which is a great name, and the ruler of the town, I can't remember exactly what his title was, but to make a big spectacle of his town and draw more people in, he decided to create this evil dungeon. And every year he has champions from far and wide to come, and they test their skills against the dungeon, the Death Trap dungeon. No one's ever come out, so
of course people keep going in.
They want more for it. They want that death. So every year, it's like a huge festival. And this particular year, your character, is one of the heroes. So you turn up a couple of days before, you're partying, cavorting, everyone's your best friend, and you walk around with this like ribbon on your arm to show that you're a champion. So you get VIP treatment everywhere you go. Bang! Next thing you know, you're getting woken up by the guards. It's time to hit that dungeon. You go down there, all the masses are out. You've got, I think if I remember rightly, there's 5 other champions that year. You've got a roguey type person, you've got a barbarian, you've got your classic knight, and you've got an elf lady that's going in. You go in last. Actually, I'm not sure if that's the same every time, but my character went in last, and you have to circumnavigate this evil dungeon, mate, and it's very hard.
Every fucking thing in that dungeon wants to kill you. I mean, it is called Death Trap Dungeon.
Yeah, it's
you
true.
wonder why anybody goes in there in the first place. It's like you turn up and the boss of the mayor of the town's like, "So I have picked 5 champions to go in. Will you dare go into the dungeon?" And they're like, "Why is it called that?" And he's like, "No, it's actually called Lovely Nice Place Dungeon.
Fluffy Cuddles Dungeon."
But it says Death Trap Dungeon." He's like, "No, that's
typo.
It's actually, I'm sorry, my cat walked across the typewriter."
My quill slipped when I was making the sign.
You know how difficult it is. Just
Death and cuddle.
Right, get in there now.
Bang! Kick him in, yeah. So, I bloody hell. Like, and it tricks you as well, because it's like, you hear a noise from the left, from a dripping cavern. Do you enter the cavern or continue? And you're like, I'm not stupid, I'm going to continue. It's like, the temperature rises extremely. And you start to
remember
melt.
as well, there's a bit where it's like, there's a closed door, and it's like next to it there's a bell. It's like, do you ring the bell? And it's like, oh, well, clearly the bell opens the door. And it's like, the bell rings so sharply that it explodes your skull. And it's like, it's
Back to page 5. Oh.
Yeah, it's like, you die a lowly death, and nobody remembers the night that merely rung a bell and died. And it's like, fuck you.
Oh, dead again. But no, it's I mean, for people that haven't played before, it's brilliant. It's not just a page-turning experience. It literally is. You've got your little character sheet at the beginning. You have to roll your character. See, you've got basic stats. I think you've got... I think it's like bravery, stamina, and luck. They're your 3 things. And you roll your dice to start with 2d6s to determine your stats. And then, combat's fun. So you basically just roll, say like 2 orcs come out, and it'll give you their stats. You roll your dice, they roll their dice, initiative basically. And then it's just a case of whoever rolls higher gets the wounds, and it's cracking.
I used to play that one especially a lot when I was a kid. That's why I bought it for you. And I remember it was also made into a PS1 game as well, which
I did not know that.
It was quite good, but it was very violent. And my mum sort of like got it for me, and I was like, "Mum, it's not violent because it's this, it's just made of a book, and books can't be violent. They're really good for you. They're intelligent,
make your brain grow."
So, oh right, yeah, it's only of that book that you got, and it's got people getting their tits cut off and that, so it's well good.
I particularly like the bit when it's like, you see a shiny sword in a hole of maggots. Do you grab it? And you're like, maggot ain't gonna hurt me. So you get your sword out. It's like, you get a lovely sword. But, oh look, mama fly coming. And it's like she's peed off that you touched her worms. Next thing you know, you're fighting a mama fly. So, warrior fly, should I say.
Yeah, genius.
But it's cracking. Absolutely brilliant. I haven't finished it yet. I'm going to continue it. But I really enjoyed it, mate. It's really good fun. Take it on holiday.
Nice. Good review.
Thanks.
So, next up we played vampire.
Dirty vamp tramps.
We've been on that a lot. Basically, as we've mentioned in our previous episodes, the group are trying to track down a mysterious group of vampire hunters who have this amazing technology. They're called the Chandrian. They're not the same Chandrian from the King Killer series of books. They are merely the same in name. And basically what they've done now is they've managed to track them back to their base, but not willingly. What they did is they saw that they're using some sort of amazing teleport technology, which basically should not exist in the 90s, and they knew that they were using it on their vehicles, so they hatched a plan to lure one of the vehicles out, and when they did so, they basically got in a huge fight, didn't they? And this fight happened, and when they got the teleporter out, Reggie, one of the guys, who's a venturer, isn't he? He ran up in his amazing suit as this fight was going on, started smashing buttons,
trying to turn it off. Yeah, it was initiating, so he was like, "Oh God, more are coming." You know,
he's like, "Better turn it off." Smashing buttons like
banging
crazy.
his head against it. Yeah, next thing you know.
Yeah, they've been teleported to this amazing lush green scenery. I mean, luckily it's still night, but basically they've been teleported all the way there, and now while they're there, they've only been teleported one way, so they don't know where the fuck they are. They're in enemy territory, and this kid comes cycling up, right? And I sort of thought, I'll give them a chance to regain some humanity. They've seen an enemy, but this kid is actually being nice to them. He's helping them out. He's giving them a little map of the area. It's not complete, mind, but it's a little map of the area. He's being nice to them. He's showing them that he likes them, even though he's the enemy in all of this. And what did they do? They ghouled him.
Yeah, we ghouled him up.
They ghouled him.
We got a ghoul friend.
So that was pretty. We had a lot of fun with that last week, didn't we? There was a lot of bits where they were in a noisy club and they were trying to say, talk about the fact that they had a ghoul now. And they were saying, have you seen a ghoul anywhere? And he's like, yeah, there's loads of girls in here.
Yeah.
No, we've got a ghoul friend. And they were like, yeah, my girlfriend.
Everyone's got a girlfriend here. Oh, mate.
Well, anyway.
Hilarious.
They made a ghoul out of the first kid they saw. So they fed him vampire blood, and he's now ghouled.
He's been ghouled up, good and proper.
What this does is that this grants the kid special powers and creates a blood bond with a vampire. And these people hate vampires, but they also did it to two other Chandrian that they'd captured. And these people...
They didn't go so well.
Even though they have a blood bond, their hatred of vampires runs so deep that they immediately tried to kill themselves. Well, they did kill themselves.
They succeeded. They went...
They started headbutting each other.
Headbutting each other and everything around them in the back of the van and turned their heads into jam, yeah.
Yeah, and now the vampires are in enemy territory and didn't really play it too safe, and as a result they've been tracked down
by a sniper, hot on our trail.
Yeah, and the snipers have seen them, but they haven't really seen the snipers. They've seen one of them, and the unfortunate thing is that they really have got the drop on the vampires.
So Abel's fire, we're in trouble.
Yeah. So they're really, really, really fucked, and I do not know how they're going to get out of this one.
Cheers, mate.
I think this might be sort of like end of the campaign.
Oh, man.
I think it might be end of the campaign. So I can't spoil who the bad guys are at this point, but I genuinely don't know how you're going to get out of this. This is the bad guys have got the drop on you. I mean, there may be more of them than you think. You've really goofed it up.
Wounded. I'm crippled.
Yeah, you're crippled. They've got the drop on you. Everything's fucked. I don't know what's going to happen.
At least I got to play Fat Dad for
the worst thing about it is not only do they have the drop on you, as I said last week, they appear to be shooting to kill.
Yeah.
They didn't fire warning shots. They just started shooting to kill you guys.
The kid's not leverage at all.
Yeah, they've got the kid with them, but they didn't. They appeared to not give a fuck about that, and so that was what it is. That's the tough thing. So the only one that can possibly get out of it is Derek, who is a gangrel. So he's got earth meld, so he could possibly just earth meld, and he can stay up in the ground for like a year or something. So he could just go in there and just.
I'll wait it out.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stay in the soil until all of this blows over.
Yeah, exactly.
So he could probably do that, but I mean, Jesus.
I can blood snipe, but.
You could blood snipe. Well, that's not what it's called. It's called Theft of Vitae. There's a move in Vampire called Theft of Vitae, and it's become our new favourite discipline, hasn't it? I think it's part of thaumaturgy, and basically
level 3, I believe.
No, I think it's level 4.
Oh, sorry, yeah, level 4.
It's level 4, and what it is from 50 feet away. you can take somebody's blood, and the source of the attack is obvious, but it's brilliant because you can just and
Open your mouth and go.
and suck somebody's blood like
Bloodworm.
yeah, and it's absolutely brilliant. But
Yeah.
we have done 2 house rules, haven't we? For A, sake of making it more fun to use, and B, because we like it. First house rule is that we've increased the range to 100 feet.
Doubled it, yeah.
And the second house rule is that instead of Theft of Vitae, it's called Blood Snipe.
Blood Snape.
Because we just like the name. Blood Snape. So, yeah, that's our vampire game this week. It was fucking wicked.
It's crack-a-lacking, and I'm absolutely shitting myself for the next episode.
But the last thing that we played was, in fact, Saga of the Goblin Horde.
Oh boy.
But we are going to save that for a bit later because we're gonna save that for the shout out section because we've got a little bit of announcement with that one. It was amazing, but we played a new adventure by Richard Woolcock called Worm Food, which is available now on the Saga of the Goblin Horde website. Now, this is a game where you play as goblins, and that new adventure is available now, and it features a competition between a bunch of goblins to get to the biggest skull. So that's an amazing adventure, and I would highly recommend it.
Oh, yeah.
And it is free, and it's on the website for Saga of the Goblin Horde now. We'll put a link in the description, but we've got a little bit of an announcement about that later, so we're going to save it and talk about it a bit more during the shout out section.
Best damn goblin game going.
It's the best damn goblin game.
Going.
Fact.
Fact.
That's been proven in a lab, hasn't it?
Yeah, that's
By who? Who is it, Nick? Because you told me earlier, didn't you, before the podcast?
Yep. What?
And it was, in fact, say the name of the scientist that proved it.
Albert Einstein.
That's him.
There he is.
What a guy. Right, and on that bombshell, we're moving on to the main subject.
Yes.
Cheers, Albie.
Helps.
Main. Subject. Main. Subject. Sorry.
Hush, child, the darkness will rise from the deep and carry it out into sleep, child. The darkness will rise from the deep and carry it out into sleep. The sun will shape your belief, and you'll always know that your father's a thief, and you won't understand the cause of your
Alignments. It's a hot topic, you know.
It's a hot potato. Here.
Whoa, don't give me that.
Oh, I don't want it.
It's too hot.
Out the
But we're
window.
going to touch it anyway. What the fuck is this shit? We're going to touch it anyway, guys, because, you know, everyone always argues about this shit, and, you know, we touched on it on previous podcasts. We did for a bit. I think we spoke about it for like 10 minutes, but this is one of those subjects that, you know, you could speak about for hours.
Deserves more.
It deserves more. It deserves more than a little 10-minute thing. We spoke about how people do it wrong, and we spoke about like little ways in which people do it wrong. And that is one thing we're going to touch on, like a couple of the ways that people do it wrong, and we're going to touch on what alignments are and things like this. So we're just going to discuss alignments. So first off, basically, for those listening, what is an alignment? Okay, so yeah, basically an alignment is a kind of like a categorization of the of a character's like
Morality.
yeah, and morality. That's basically it. So it's an easy reference for your character's morality. So it basically allows people to have a quick summary of how they would act in any given situation, and allows for an easy reference for role playing. Yeah, it's really a handy tool, especially for people that are clueless with that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And it basically fits in the traditional D&D sense anyway, into 9 specific categories. So those are, I'm getting fucking notes up on my phone. Now, why has that happened? Why is that playing? Okay, I'm just going to turn it down. That's annoying.
I
Okay,
don't know what the fuck that was.
So-
we have lawful good.
yeah, lawful good, and lawful good is basically that you're a good guy who obeys the law.
Who works within the law, yeah.
That's what you do. And you got neutral good, so you're a good guy who follows his own set of morals.
Yeah.
You got chaotic good, so you're a good guy, but you do whatever it takes, man.
Whatever.
It don't matter. You do whatever the fuck you want. But you're a good guy. You do whatever the fuck you want. You do it. You're crazy motherfucker.
You got lawful neutral,
That means you generally obey the law,
but you don't really give a fuck.
but you sort of follow your own. Yeah, that is a hard one actually, isn't it? Really.
Lawful neutral, I suppose. Yeah, I suppose you could define it as, like you said, so you wouldn't break the law, but at the same time, you're not ruled by the law.
Yeah,
It's a
that's-
hard one.
that's a tough one.
That's a tricky one.
Yeah, true neutral is that you literally just follow your own set of morals entirely.
That's it. No influence from anything, good or bad. It's just what
Exactly.
you want to do.
Chaotic neutral is that you follow your own set of rules and you're a bit of a nutcase as well at the same time. Really, lawful evil is that you will use the law to do evil.
Politicians.
Neutral evil, yeah, exactly. Neutral evil. Actually, yeah, most politicians would be characterized as lawful evil. Neutral evil is that you have your own set of morals and that you
They're not too great.
yeah, and that you're evil. Chaotic evil is that you literally just have. It's kind of like the Joker.
Yeah,
You have basically no morals.
Perfect. Yeah.
Is almost the way that is. So like a lot of monsters tend to be chaotic evil. In the guides. If we look up lawful neutral, because that was the one that we were confused about.
That's the tricky one. Yeah.
Let's see what it says. Let's see what it says according to Dungeons and Dragons. This is Gary Gygax. A lawful neutral character typically believes strongly in lawful concepts such as honor, order, rules, and tradition, and often follows a personal code at the same time. So that kind of makes sense.
Yep.
So it's like a bit of both. It's
Yes.
double dipping.
It's double dipping.
It's for the people who can't fucking decide.
It's for all them fence sitters out there.
So that sort of gives you a quick rundown of what the fuck those things are. Okay? Alright?
Got it?
You got it?
Get
So-
it.
Now you know what sort of the alignments are. When you create your character in D&D, Pathfinder, or any of those games, you'll typically pick one of those, right? And there are a miasma of ways, a whole host of ways that people tend to fuck those up and use them wrongly and badly, right? I mean, they're great. They are genuinely kind of a great tool for certain things because they can give you some guidance on certain things.
Giant players,
things.
they can give them a foundation to start their character on.
Exactly,
Stuff like
and
that, you know.
and things like this. And maybe not even shite players, but also new ones as well.
of course, yeah.
And things like this. But there are certain ways that I feel like people fuck them up, right? So the first one I wanted to mention, Nick. Now you probably just had a look at the show notes and were like, "What the fuck has he put there?" So how people do it wrong, I've put down here. And the first note I put down was lawful good.
Yeah.
Now there's fuck all wrong with lawful good. Lawful good is a great alignment to have. But everyone is afraid of playing it because they think boring fuck.
Yeah.
Now, lawful good, this will lead into something that I put down later as well, but the reason that people don't want to play it is because, lawful goods is like, everyone thinks, party pooper, they'll be telling the party not to have fun and all of this, and it's like, well...
You can have fun without breaking the law.
Exactly. and it's like, how many times in a D&D game do you go into a pub and every time somebody disagrees with you, you just fucking kill them in front of everyone, and then the DM has to go, you suddenly hear the sound of marching coming towards the pub, and everyone goes, right, we have to get the fuck out of here, right? And it becomes a fucking pain in the ass because you're like, and then
Can't
you
we just act like civilized people for once?
yeah, or like you go, well, guys, that was a great session, but we didn't really manage to get much done in terms of the story
Because you killed everyone.
Yeah, and we had to run away from the guards. Oh well, and it's like, you know what? Lawful goods don't have to be fucking boring.
Yeah.
I bet you in your lifetime, listeners, you've met plenty of people that are good law-abiding people that might even believe in the law, right? That weren't fucking boring. Like,
exactly.
Believe it or not. And not only this, but Spoonie made a very, very good point in one of his videos that if you're lawful good, the police might like you, and the government and the mayor of the town might like you, and he might give you shit. And the fact of the matter is, is that lawful goods don't have to be boring.
The
They can
innkeeper
have
might
fun.
like you, you know.
Exactly. The innkeeper might like you because you saved him once, because you're the lawful good guy, and things like this. And lawful goods, like, yes, okay, put it this way: you've like killed, like you're fighting a bunch of bandits, right? Because they stole your car, and all the guys want to have fun and they just want to kill all the guys.
Yeah.
But the lawful good guy might be the one who says, "No, we have to string them up and bring them into town to have to for trial."
Or he
Properly.
might draw the line at torture.
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
But you might tie the bandits up, bring them back to town, and get a massive reward.
Exactly.
And an XP bonus for completing a quest or some shit, you know?
You know, yeah, exactly. And, some kind of loot from, like you said, from the mayor for stopping his bandit problem.
Exactly. Lawful goods, they don't have to be boring. And the fact that they are often cliched and characterized in that way is so dumb.
We've had a lawful good character.
Yeah, you had a lawful good character that was Rex Baxter, the Kung Fu monk.
And he was unbelievably cool.
He was the coolest character ever.
Exactly.
He was basically like he was a bit like Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
And he used to wrestle people
The
and stuff
all-American
like this.
hero, wasn't he? He was great.
Yeah, he was amazing. And,
He was.
And basically he was a little bit thick, but he generally believed in the law, and he would wrestle the fuck out people and
He would
power
Boston
bomb
crab
them.
anybody.
He would Boston
instantly.
crab the fuck out of a zombie dog.
Absolutely. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so that's just my point. The A, being a lawful good character, even if he is a boring fuck, can bring some benefits to the party. And B, they don't have to be boring. They can be a Boston crabbing, shirtless motherfucker.
All-American hero. Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly. So lawful good. There's a lot more to it than you think.
But the second point that I wanted to bring up is true neutral. Basically, 90% of the time, yeah, actually, that's not one of those ones that's like, true neutral can be great. Actually, most of the time, have a bit more imagination. Don't play true neutral because, there are some characters, like, I'm willing to bet there are some great characters that have been true neutral out there, and I'm sure there have been some in our group that were true neutral, that were great. But the fact of the matter is that I think it shows a bit of a lack of imagination, because most people who you'll see in your real life, they a lot of people do follow their own set of morals, but they might have a tinge of lawfulness in them and things like this, because most people won't break certain laws because they think they're wrong. Most people might have a little bit of chaotic in them. They might have a little bit of a little bit of an evil side to them, or things like this. So I think true neutral often, I think how people do it wrong is they use it as a lazy option, because what they want to do is just play it like they're playing themselves.
Yeah, got you.
And what they want to do is just do whatever the fuck they want at any given time.
And they don't want to be hindered by having to play a certain way if it's not what them as a person would do.
If you're gonna go true neutral and your character follows their own set of morals, make sure you have a good detailed backstory written down. That's the way I'd see it, because most people that go true neutral, they just go, you go, wow, what alignment did you pick? And they go neutral. And then like, what backstory did you pick? And they go, don't know, fisherman. And you just go, right, okay, well, this is going to be a great fucking character, isn't it?
what fish I catch.
Yeah, and
I'll
you
catch any of them.
So what's your character's goals? Like, what does he want from life? To get really sick, like armor and weapons.
Big sword.
Yeah, and you're like, yeah, that's 10 out of 10.
Yeah, well done.
Oh man, and then you're like that one really, really knocks out the park. That is like 90% of true neutral characters. That's what they're like.
Cop out.
Yeah, exactly. And so if you're gonna play true neutral,
Make it exciting.
yeah, come on, mate, try harder.
Give us something. If anything, true neutral should be the hardest alignment to play, because you've got to put so much investment into it.
Yeah, if you're following a personal set of morals, make sure they're grounded in something.
Yeah.
As an example,
It
maybe
could be absurd. It could be absolutely absurd.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe make it that you're as a good example, because your character doesn't believe in the law, and he doesn't believe in chaos either. Maybe if we're just going by the absolute cliche of chaos as the complete opposite of the law and the destruction of law, maybe it's because he hasn't been out much and he was homeschooled, so his mum taught him a bunch of weird shit at home, like she believes that all the weird creatures in the back of her house in the woods are what are the law. And so the guy, maybe the guy believes in that, and he's
Yeah.
a fucking nut job.
Or he lived up a mountain all his life and he's never even seen humans.
Yeah,
So, you
and
know.
so he actually just talks to goats most of the
Yeah.
time, and so his morals are all based on goat
Or
logic.
goat-based, you know.
Yeah.
What would a goat do in this situation?
See, I mean, that's a very weird example, but I'm just saying like that is an example. If he's true
Run with it,
neutral,
man. Yeah, exactly.
something that is abstract from the ideas of law or chaos.
Completely
Law,
disconnected
chaos,
from it.
or evil.
Yeah, exactly.
Then-
Run away from that and come in with something completely left field, and then just embrace your true neutralness. Don't just be a true neutral because you
can't be arsed.
bothered. Yeah, exactly. I
Yeah.
want loot.
Yeah, exactly.
So cool.
Another thing is being too true to an alignment. Now we mentioned this in another podcast actually. There are people that just will just sit down and like when they play,
Yeah.
they'll just be steadfast. My character won't do that because he's lawful good. Mm-hmm. My character would absolutely never ever kill an orc because he believes everyone should receive a just and fair trial. Mm-hmm. And it's like, okay, what if you were absolutely pushed? For example, I used to work with this girl who was she was the most lawful good person on the planet, right? But this is a good example, right? I said if because we were very good friends, and
Was she a druid in real life?
Actually, no, but I have met one of those.
Oh, okay.
For example, we used to pose her moral questions all the time because we were bored at work.
Yeah.
And I said, because we were really good friends, I said to her, if you saw me publicly urinating, would you arrest me? And she said yes. And I said, what if I was pissing on your dad who was on fire? And she was like, actually, that's a good question. I'm going to have to think about that one. And that's the point, though. That's the point I want to make. Because it's like, if the situation calls for you to not, like, to think about it, you would.
Yeah, of course. It's like the classic, isn't it? You know, if your mum was dying from an illness and there's medicine in the shop but you've got no money, would you rob the shop to save your mum?
Well, you wouldn't just stand there and go, sorry, mother, I am lawful good.
You have to die!
Yeah, exactly. It's fucking
wouldn't.
your character would do it, but be sad about it.
Of course, exactly.
That's the point.
They would hate themselves for it and they'd be in inner turmoil, but...
They might go to their temple and pray for forgiveness from their god and be in absolute agony over it. But they would do it. Mm-hmm. That's the point of an alignment, to make sure that they have this moral compass. It's when your moral compass doesn't mean that 100% of the time you always do the right thing.
Exactly.
Otherwise, we would go through our lives never ever experiencing guilt.
I think I've been every alignment in my life. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. At
Like, some point in my life,
And then-
I've been every alignment.
Exactly. I've been chaotic evil, mate.
Oh, yeah.
That was that time I blew up a fucking
Balloon. No, but also another thing is as well, it's like your party, your group of adventurers or whatever it may be, are on this journey together, and personalities change, conflicts happen, and you don't just gain XP to get better spells. You're gaining experience points. It's exactly what it is. You're gaining experience, and that can change your perspective and outlook on life from the eyes of your character.
Mm-hmm.
Like, prime example is when we was in prison, and it changed our alignment.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
It messed us up that bad.
And that's another good point. Is that sometimes have a re-evaluation and think, would my character's alignment actually change?
Or would he get to a point where he's like, I've had enough of this? Like, if you're lawful good and you're constantly seeing this bad side of the law and you lose all your faith in the law, would that not push you to think otherwise?
Exactly. So don't always stick too much to it
Forever.
Exactly. If your boss is telling you, and you work for the guard, the city guard, and your boss is telling you to do something that you just don't agree with, don't just do it because it's the law. Sometimes if your character doesn't believe it, simply, like, let's say for instance you got to arrest your mum because she's done a crime, but you know that she had to do that crime,
done a
or
big
some
crime in the
shit
street.
like this.
It's a right mess. Yeah.
But she had to.
What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? That's a moral dilemma. It's a dilemma for a reason. Your character doesn't just stand there and just say I'm lawful good.
Yeah, exactly. It's not your character sheet is not just some writing on a page. You've got to remember that a character is a projection of who you're playing, not you specifically, but you're playing a character, and characters are people, if you like, and people change and things happen, and they should never be static. They should always be evolving, whether it be for better or for worse, but they're always changing.
And that like I think is basically one of the best pieces of advice for playing alignments, because alignments are essentially at the end of the day, to summarize that, they're not a steadfast fucking rule. Yeah. Remember that, for fuck's sake. Please, for fuck's sake. Yeah, although we do have kind of a funny story on that, because there was a point where this did happen, where you guys got imprisoned for ages, and your alignments were basically forcibly changed by the experience to true neutral. Mm-hmm. Only two of you. One of you got out all right. That was
he meditated throughout the whole thing.
Yeah, Rex remained.
Rex again.
He remained lawful good.
Yeah.
And you guys were neutral good.
Mm-hmm.
And but then you got true neutral, because
neutral,
it was like, essentially the way that worked in terms of the story was, look where being good got me. Yeah. I'm just going to do what I want from now on.
Screw them guys.
Yeah, and as soon as we got out, Ryan, one of the players, didn't quite understand what being true neutral meant, and his character Colin murdered the first person he saw, took all of her money.
It was a burger vendor.
Yeah, it was a burger vendor, and she was like, "Hey guys, want some burgers?" And he was like, "Fuck you, bitch!" and just fucking stabbed her to death. And he was like, he spoke to me when we were on a little cigarette break, and he says, "Harrison, I don't like playing a cunt." And I was like, "That's not what true neutral is." And he was like, "Oh right, okay, so I can still sort of be like a nice guy." And I was like, "Yeah, but it just means that you're neutral now." And he's like, "Oh right, I'm sorry, I forgot."
Not a murderer.
Yeah, he thought it meant pure evil.
Yeah, exactly. But we got a car out of it, so it's pretty good. But yeah, exactly. I know it
worked out for the best.
Yeah, but it's pretty savage.
So that's basically it. But we also wanted to sort of like, I just wanted to talk about like some other sort of systems and how they offer guidance for morals for characters as well. And
all right, yeah.
How do you think like they stack up? Because alignments, for better or worse, they have kind of worked. Yeah. They've been a point of discussion for ages. Some people like them, some people don't. I do. I actually do.
They're great.
In our group, they worked.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
But in GURPS, you've got advantages and disadvantages.
Uh-huh.
Works perfectly fine. I would say the only trouble with that is you have the option not to take them. But with when we played it, remember I said you have to take at least one advantage and one disadvantage.
You go.
But some of those can just be physical. You don't necessarily have to have a moral one.
Got ya. Yeah.
Same goes for Savage Worlds. Savage Worlds has your hindrances, and it says
quirks as well.
Yeah, and you get your bennies if you play hindrances. But I think that's honestly, if you're doing that to sort of play your character's hindrances, and that's how you encourage it, the only word for it really is pathetic.
Yeah, I mean, I think bennies should be awarded for hysterical role playing
or emotional or good or something impactful.
Yeah,
where anything impactful. But I don't think
someone just walks up and goes, "I don't give a shit."
Because if you got like the, let's say for instance you got a one leg hindrance and you go, "I'm walking along with one leg," and then or any fucking hindrance. It just and the book tells you to do that, right?
Yeah,
and it's like you get these such like one note characters because if you get bad role players, I want to point that out.
Yeah,
I don't generally play with bad role players, but the book gives you terrible advice saying play your hindrances to get bennies. And then let's say for instance you pick somebody that has this like,
you shouldn't need to be told that or rewarded that. Yeah, you should want to use it.
And so let's say for instance you pick like a morally bad hindrance, right? Let's say for instance you pick greedy. That's the classic one. So you pick greedy, and every time there's any loot, the guy goes, "Oh yeah, take everyone's loot, can I have a benny? I take everyone's loot, can I have a benny? I take everyone's loot."
You're getting everyone's shit. You're also getting a fucking benny.
Yeah, and then so this character just becomes, that's not actually a personality. That's not actually a moral compass for a character. That's just a boring. It's a dickhead and a boring gameplay mechanic.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's just like
if you was playing with that guy, you'd get so Frustrated.
But then I suppose that's not really what it's going for. It expects RPG players to be role players already and to just add that in themselves.
Yeah.
It doesn't really give any moral guidance, and neither does GURPS at all, really.
Yeah.
It sort of gives you the tools if you want it.
Yeah.
But if you can't, if you don't, then you're not forced to.
It's not going to affect you,
But
is it?
yeah, I mean,
Gumshoe's got drives, I think, if I remember rightly, kind of a thing.
yeah, and then as we spoke about last podcast, Bubblegum Crisis has a really good background system, and it
Huge,
gives
yeah.
you kind of like your character motivations, not necessarily a moral compass, but I feel like it gives you really, really great ways to add these motivations to your character.
That really quick one that you rolled up in no time, it sounded like something that someone had generally just sat down and written. It was
Exactly,
great, wasn't it? Yeah.
and so you would kind of have, your character would have all these drives to sort of like either maybe be vengeful or lustful or greedy or things like this, and you could have loads of these cool bad or good traits to your character that would arise out of those cool backstories.
Yep.
More like this, please, basically, publishers. I like those a lot. And in actual fact, I can't really think of that many more, to be honest with you. And if there's any other morality systems that people can think of, let me know. Oh, actually, the free Fallout RPG, that did a cracking one, because it nicked karma from the games. So you got
sweet.
positive and negative karma.
Do bad shit, you get bad karma.
Yeah, but it didn't make you feel bad for getting negative karma, because you
Okay.
could get cool perks for getting negative karma.
Bit like the game then.
Yeah, so you could get like vampire and night person.
Night
things like
person.
this,
Yeah. Or if it was the cannibal one's the best.
That's the one I was thinking of. Yeah. So that was really good.
That's really cool.
So yeah, listeners, if you can remember any other cool ones, put it in the comments of this episode or send us an email or something, because we'd be really interested to know if there are any other good morality systems.
Morality-driven mechanics.
Yeah, I'd be really interested to know,
It's
because
very good. It's a very good part of role playing for me personally. I think it's great.
so that is our alignment chat. But of course, we want to hear from you guys on it, and we will have the contact details later. I can't be bothered to give them out now, mate.
Do it later.
Oh,
And
come on.
tell us. You don't have. We tell us, but you don't have to tell anybody else what your alignment is in real life.
Yeah, what yours is? Mine's chaotic dickhead. And Nick's is true hipster.
I'm true hipster, mate.
So yeah, imagine if everyone told us their alignments and it was all chaotic evil.
And we're like, whoa, what
Oh.
are our listeners doing?
We've rallied them all together somehow.
We just create.
that'd be brilliant.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, we could use
We
them.
could be the generals.
Yeah,
The Legion of Death.
the
I was
Legion
gonna
of
say Legion of Doom.
the Legion of Twats. We could take over England.
Why would you want to?
We could kill Theresa May.
Oh, good shout. Yeah, why not?
All right, guys, we've got a plan together.
Legion of what is it? Legion of Twats.
The Legion of Twats. We're going to kill a woman.
We're not.
All right. Oh yeah, we shouldn't say that. Disclaimer:
Disclaimer.
we're definitely not going to kill her unless we can.
Just gonna rough her up a bit.
You're just going to hurt her. All right, we're moving on, guys.
Yep. Bye.
Wah! Song fight. Okay, so this is Song Fight, where we do RPG songs. So each time we do this segment, we will basically pick a subject, an RPG subject, make songs about it, and then battle them. However, this week, Nick, he's been busy getting himself a new job as a hired gun, an assassin.
Yep. Gun for hire.
So, this week we didn't want to make him make a song, so we've got a friend of the show, James Clark, music producer,
And pumpkin.
to make a song. And this week the subject was dice.
Ooh.
So, without further ado, I am going to play the songs. These are songs about dice. My one first. My song is simply called Dice, Dice, Dice Swag.
Nice.
Alright, here we go.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah. You know what the time it is, motherfuckers, yeah. To all my friends out there. To all my guys. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. It's dice time, motherfuckers. I got mad bones. I ain't talking about my skeleton. My dice collection. Worth so many Benjamins. I got many D4. Shit be looking like Egypt. We be playing Testament. That's in ancient Egypt. Dice, 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 swag, swag, dice, 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 swag, swag. People be fighting, people be dying, but I just be buying dice. I got gold dice, got 'em from a website. Stack 'em at the table, make 'em go head height. D20, yeah, that's a lot of sides. Snacking at the table, that's a lot of sides. Dice, 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 swag, swag, 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 yeah. Boosh, but bosh, but bang, bong, bong, yeah. Yeah.
Love it.
Can you?
Very good.
Right, I want you to try and see. Oh no, it's playing again. For fuck's sake!
The attitude on that song.
Motherfucker. Yeah, I was, I was feeling very gangster. Okay. So I want you to. Can you tell where my inspiration for that song came from? It's only bloody Rich Chigga, mate.
Rich Chigga, yeah.
Which I think everyone should check out. Yeah, he was my main inspiration for that song. He's an Indonesian 17-year-old rapper.
And he's actually very good.
So that was my main inspiration for making that
Impeccable
song.
bum bag.
Yeah, he wears a Reebok fanny pack while he raps, and he's a corker.
He is, yeah.
Next up, we have James's song, and I've already heard this, but Nick, you're in for a real treat here. He watched the Bubblegum Crisis anime,
Yeah.
and he's made this song, and
Oh,
it's
wow.
it's ridiculous. All right, I'm gonna put it on. I'm away from my mic. Critical by James Pumpkin Clark. And next up we got a little tune by Sum 41. It's in too deep. No,
And then Duran.
so that was, why did I say a song from the 90s? No, the 2000s.
The noughties.
The fuck is wrong with me?
Very good.
Yeah, that was good. A little bit too long, James. I think you're taking the piss. So, cut it out, mate.
Cut it up.
Fucking ego central there. Think you're too big for the podcast? Mine was only a minute and a half.
So it is 3.5 minutes.
You're not even on the podcast.
And you've upstaged us both.
Yeah, and you've done it for too long. So disqualified. I win. Up top, Nick. We're too far away to high five, but we win again.
It's very good.
It's very good, but
It's very good.
unfortunately you lose.
It's void.
It's void. Winner. Alright, so that was Song Fight, ladies and gentlemen. Vote for which one you want to win out of the one entry that was my one.
Sabotage.
No, but seriously, James's was clearly better, but I just wish it could enter. Don't you, Nick?
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's a shame.
Wow. I don't make the rules. I really don't. Honestly, I don't. It's Olympic rules.
They come down
We're
from
using-
above. What can I say?
The bosses.
My hands are tied. Brilliant. That's brilliant.
I'm just a man walking down the street, and here I come, and I'm looking at...
Fuck off. Shut up. I'm a fucking northerner. Give us your fucking phone. Yeah, fucking hell. Oh, you got podcasts on it. Got any good ones?
Well, only tabletop twats.
Shut the fuck up.
So, ladies and gentlemen, you will know that we have had a long ordeal, sort of getting our Patreon.
Saga of the Patreon.
Exactly, yeah. Our Patreon was stolen from us by a guy called the Patreon Highwayman, who we actually managed to beat up, put in chains, and we've now got him here.
He's our little bitch boy.
Yeah, we've got him now, and we've put an explosive collar on him, and if he ever disobeys us, that will explode, won't it, Nick?
Yep. Go boom.
Okay. And so, basically, we've got him, right? But that's not the point.
Nope.
We've now been invited to a wonderful party aboard a pirate ship by our good friend,
Oh, yeah.
Partario the PDF Pirate,
Yep.
who loves to pirate PDFs, except
No, not no more.
he don't anymore because he's having a going legit party.
A going legit party. He's been nice enough to invite us, which is lovely.
Basically, aboard his pirate ship, he's having this party. We got our invites last episode, and he's gonna sail. We've got to meet in Brighton, in the harbour, and then he's gonna sail out to international waters, and he's gonna have a big fuck off party.
We're gonna party hard.
Yeah, to celebrate him no longer pirating PDFs of RPGs. He did say that he is gonna still sack villages, loot, and sexually assault people, which is we're going to try and get him to stop doing that
So he's
as
still
well.
an actual pirate, but not a PDF pirate. anymore.
Exactly. So there's still work to be done, listeners, and we will.
He's on the right path, though.
Yeah, exactly. Every step
Yep.
is a step towards enlightenment or some shit.
Exactly.
That's what I say.
And he's on the first step. But hey.
Exactly. So we're going to go. He did say that the theme of the theme of the party is pirates, which I think is a bit unimaginative, but
True.
nonetheless.
Yeah. True. Is this patch all right?
Exactly. So we're going to go there, and we're going to go there with our pet,
Yep.
the Highwayman, as like a sort of accessory.
And also, we don't want to get him to get out of our sight because he's a sneaky little shit.
He is, and that's why we punch him from time to time.
Yep.
Yeah, good. Right, so let's go to the
Yeah.
party. So I guess this is the boat. It looks pretty piratey. Hang on, look at that. Look at that flag. That's amazing.
That's cool.
Hang on, is the guard, the bouncer for the party?
The big guy.
Yeah, is that?
Oh my god.
He's pretty hairy, is that?
Whoa.
That is a gorilla, isn't it?
I think it might be an actual gorilla.
Yeah, we've got 2 tickets.
We've been invited by Partario to this party. Put him in your hairy little hand. Or massive hand, should I say? Sorry.
Yeah, okay, this is a bit weird.
Bloody hell. How do you
He's-
get a gorilla?
The stink is fierce, Nick.
Don't say that in earshot.
Oh god, he looks angry. Alright, sorry, thank you. Okay, right, let's get on. Okay, see ya.
And you, come along.
Right, come on. Okay, I'm coming.
This is what I'm talking about. Look at this place.
This is amazing. Would you like a few drinks, sir?
We've got it.
Yes, absolutely, mate. Yes, sir. This is all rum.
Oh, brilliant. Captain Morgan?
No, the captain is Partario.
Okay, I'll just take.
Oh yeah, I don't think he understands. Right, yeah. I'll have 3, please.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drink these all at once, actually. I think.
Fair enough. Can I have another 2, please?
Absolutely, sir.
Thank you.
Delicious. Bloody hell.
Oh, that bit air in the chest. Whee! Yeah, and the other one.
Nick, calm down, man. It's only just started, mate.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Oh, Jesus. Ooh, that is strong stuff, actually.
Yeah.
This is pretty nice. Like, I like the fact that he's decked out this pirate ship to look like a pirate ship. Actually, that's not that impressive, is it?
No, but look at the little, look at the little umbrellas and all the drinks. They're really nice.
Yeah, and I like how he's drinking sort of a giant drink with a regular-sized umbrella in it. It's that is impressive.
It's different, that's for sure.
He's really gone all out on this, man. It looks amazing. Wait a minute. Who's this woman approaching?
Oh, mate. Look at her trousers.
They're pretty tight, aren't they? It kind of reminds me of somebody. I can't figure it out.
Ah, what? Silly bollocks over it.
Wait a minute. No, it can't be. Hello.
Hello.
'Tis I.
'Tis you. Who are you?
Yeah, who the hell are you?
The PayPal Highwaywoman!
Oh no! Well, you're not anything to do with him, are you?
Well, actually, yes. And you appear to have stolen my husband.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Look, listen here, woman. Your husband. He gave us nothing but bullshit for ages. Shut up!
Yeah, but no, you don't understand. He stole from us.
Exactly. He stole from us and he fucked with us for ages, and now he's our property. So you can just toddle on by, okay?
Go away, yeah.
Yeah, just go and get yourself an umbrella drink over there. Go and get yourself one of those sausages, okay? Go and watch one of the strippers and leave us the fuck alone, because you can just fuck right off.
Yeah, we want to torment your husband in peace, all right?
Well, actually, the PayPal Highwaywoman does not listen to your kind, and I will be assassinating you very soon.
Whoa, what?
Shut the fuck up, Nick. I've done my research. Is this your address?
Harrison, how the fuck does she know where I live?
Wait a minute, there's a photo of my house as well.
No, it's not.
No, not at all.
What are you talking about?
It's not even
I'm
anywhere
gonna ring
near.
my wife real quick.
Hey, so, don't fuck with me, bitches. I'll be back soon, and I will be destroying both of you. Now, I would attack you right here and now, but I have great respect for Partario and for this party soiree that he's made. But I'm gonna fucking destroy you.
Yeah, you
like
wanna bring
the
it, bitch,
fucking
'cause I'll
plague,
fucking destroy you like
motherfuckers,
Bruce
'cause
Lee
I am
destroyed Nick
Satan,
last time.
and I will rain down
I'll
on you
fucking
like
kill you, you
bloody
bitch.
fire
You
of
couldn't
death.
even try. Yar. What's going on here then? You guys seem to be getting on really well.
Oh, Partario.
How's it going, man? Yeah, we just met old what's her face over here?
PayPal Sally.
Oh, that's her. That's Helga. How you doing, Helga? You getting on well with these guys?
Yes, we were getting on very fine, actually. They were just telling me that they were going to mix me up a drink over there.
Yes, we were just saying that just now. Over there. Yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna go and get her a drink. We were just saying that. We were having a very nice conversation.
She's a lovely lady.
It's really fun.
Yeah, we're getting on very well.
Well, that sounds great. Actually, boys, I was wondering, I'm just about to do a speech. So, could we have a little word after my speech is finished? I got to ask you two a favour.
Anything?
Yeah, no worries, mate. Absolutely.
Oh, and before you do, thanks so much for inviting me.
Yeah, thank you, mate. You're absolutely cracking party, aside from some of the guests. But
But the rum's off the hook.
Yeah, rum's great, mate. Great rum. The strippers look lovely. Some of the guests, though. But actually, it's a great party, and good luck with the speech, man. Yeah, just come and see us after your speech.
You the man.
You the man. Alright, I just wanted to celebrate this wonderful occasion of me going legit with a little speech. I just want to say thank you all for coming here. I want to say thanks to the PayPal Highwaywoman, Helga. I want to say thanks to the TableTopTwats. I want to say thanks to Robot Rob, to Slappy, Kebab Jones, to Bongo the Bunny Man, to Massive John, to Spectacular Jeffrey, and how can I forget Stephen? Stephen, who's done so much for me over the years, who paved me garden, For some reason. I don't know why he did that. Who put that wall up for me? Yeah, Stephen. But most of all, I want to say that this party's to celebrate me no longer pirating RPGs. Because piracy's wrong. You gotta support the industry. You gotta be there for the people that make these games, otherwise the games don't get made. I know that now, and I know what I was doing before when I was going onto websites and downloading them and then playing them for free was wrong. And that's why I'm going legit. So to everyone, raise a glass of this disgusting rum which I made in a bathtub, and just say, to legitimacy. But only specifically with RPGs, I'm still gonna steal everything else. Hey! Alright boys, how'd you think the speech went?
Yeah, brilliant, mate.
Yeah, that was really
Good words.
quite emotional.
Does Steve still do patios?
Oh no, Steve's dead.
Oh. Okay.
It really took me by surprise.
Now look over there in the corner.
What, the skeleton?
Is that Steve?
What? How is he holding a drink?
I thought that was a decoration.
Yeah, I thought it was like a piratey decoration.
Oh no. No, I keep him around.
So that is actually Stephen's skeleton.
I killed him.
Oh, okay.
Stop laughing.
No, I'm not, sorry.
Why did you always do this, Nick?
In fact, this is part of what I wanted to ask you the favour for.
Okay, yeah, sure. Why not?
Come out to the deck.
That the big part of the boat at the back?
It's the big open bit with all the planks on it.
Gotcha, sorry, I've
Yeah, come in, man.
never been on a boat before. Nice, okay,
Gotta
let's
say,
go.
yeah, this is a cracking party, mate. This is so good. Partario, why are all these people out here?
Well, boys, this is the favour I wanted to ask.
Yeah? Why are they looking at me like that?
What's going on, Partario?
I'm not getting a good vibe here, mate.
Well, you need money to buy RPGs legit, don't you, boys?
Yeah, of course.
And remember all those times where I came into your podcast talking about pirating, and you laughed at me, and you took the piss out of me, and you said things like, I can smell the winkles and all of that shit?
Vaguely, I don't think we use such strong words, but...
Oh, you did.
Okay, yeah.
Because guess what?
What?
I've been listening to your podcast,
You have?
and you've been taking the piss out of me.
Uh-oh.
Give me the password for the Patreon, boys.
Are you kidding me?
I ain't afraid I'm not.
Whoa, put that away.
It's time to pay the piper.
Shit.
I need money to buy me RPGs, and I'm stealing your Patreon. It's mine. What?
So this is an elaborate setup to rob us again?
Oh no, the party's real.
Oh,
Yeah, I think the party's pretty legit. That was fun.
to be fair,
For the sort of 20 minutes we were here, that was fun. But the robbery, I get the feeling we were only invited for him to steal our Patreon.
So it was a
First smart thing you said all night.
Ah.
Well, what if we don't?
Well, have a look over there.
Oh, fucking walking the plank.
Aye.
Do you have to be that cliche?
Do you want to take the piss even more? Do you
No,
think
no,
that's going to be,
no.
maybe that's going to fucking do you well?
No, or I'll leave.
Maybe I'll make you walk the plank into a pool of lava.
I'll stick with the water.
Okay. What's the password?
Okay, Partario. The password is.
Big Buns 44.
This is the second saddest day of my life.
Just when I thought we were, going to parties.
Can we at least keep our slave? Don't make me go with them.
Oh, you can keep him. I don't want him.
Hey, at least that's one victory for us.
There you go. Come here, you.
Right off the plank with you.
Wait! I thought because we gave you the
Can't we just
Patreon.
get a boat home?
No.
But she's still going to go ahead and murder us, Partario, even though we've given
Oh,
you
if
what
you're
you wanted.
strong swimmers, you get home.
Okay, Geronimo! Bloody hell!
Bloody hell!
Okay, so this is the shout-out section, and we've actually got a special guest. We've got Richard Woolcock all the way from Germany here to talk about Saga of the Goblin Horde.
Yes.
Come in, Richard.
Come in, Richie.
Hey, it's me, Richard Woolcock. I'm here today to talk about my game, Saga of the Goblin Horde.
Yeah. Okay.
So on the Wild Fury RPG show, we're doing many things with Saga of the Goblin Horde. Actually, obviously, guys, that's not how Richard Woolcock sounds at all.
Hi, guys.
I'm a designer.
No, basically, Saga of the Goblin Horde is a brilliant RPG all about playing
Goblin game going.
Exactly. And on Veiled Fury Entertainment Show the other day, we played some of that, didn't we?
We did indeed, mate.
And it was an absolute corker. We did a new adventure called Worm Food, where you had to play a goblin.
Goblin.
And you were to get the biggest skull you could and bring it back to Big
Impress
Nose.
your boss, yeah, exactly.
Who was your boss. And basically, all the other goblins were trying
Chief,
to get...
should we say, not boss.
Yeah, exactly. You're a boss.
Yeah.
You'll bring it back to the chief.
Yeah.
And all the other bosses were trying to get a big skull and bring it back to him as well. And you'd heard about this big worm that had a big head, and you were trying to get its head, bring it back to the boss, the chief. And that was basically the adventure. But you can go and watch that right now on the Veiled Fury fucking...
in HD.
in HD right now on his YouTube channel, and we played in that game, and it is a fucking corker of a game.
it is,
but
yeah.
you can download the adventure right now to play as well for free. How much money is free, Nick? None money.
None monies.
So,
Equals fun.
in addition to that, Richard has given us our character sheets from that, which are high quality, very well made character sheets that you can download and print off. It's got all the backgrounds, it's got all the fonts, it's got all the artwork on there. But he's given it us in two formats, Nick. He's given it to us for playable in Savage Worlds and in Swifty 12,
Ooh, nice.
which is Richard's own system.
Yep.
So, in the description of this show, we will put a link to the Savage Worlds version of Worm Food and the quick start guide for the Swifty 12 version of Saga of the Goblin Horde.
And you can only bloody play us.
Exactly. You can be us.
You can be us.
So let's describe our characters quickly. So my character was Hammy Groingazer, who has the funny voice hindrance. He also has human clothes, which he nicked, so that is a maid outfit. And basically, we were both compulsive cannibals as well, weren't we? Yeah. So I absolutely loved playing my character.
So much
he was wicked, and he is also a braggart as well, which I don't appreciate, guys. That was pretty funny, and yeah, I absolutely love playing him. And they have some really cool background ideas for the characters on there, which include things like the homeless gnome being swallowed by a worm.
Little nods to the show, yeah.
Yeah, it was really, really cool. And Nick's, yours was?
I was Nicklum Hammerface.
Yeah, Nicklum Hammerface.
And again, I was a bit of a broody goblin. Again, I was wearing the clothes of dead adventurers, humans. I also have a bit of a habit where I like to smack myself in the face with my hammer, which is great. And obviously, like Harrison said, compulsive cannibals. We were collectively called the TableTopTwats. And oh boy, so much fun.
So you can play those characters now, and the good thing is about this is if you're not a Savage Worlds player, right, and you don't own the book, you can get the quick start rules for the Swifty 12 version of Saga of the Goblin Horde off of Richard's website right now. Play it for free with the two archetypes and with all the other archetypes as well, but you can play our archetypes for free, and we'll include a link in the description. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it yet, but probably be a Google Drive link.
I would have thought so, yeah.
Yeah, so I'll do that. So the guys, all the guys that are listening to this right now, and girls, you can go and pick this up right now and be us.
You can play with us. Play us.
You can play with us all you want.
Yep.
So that if that's not an incentive to get on the internet,
I don't know what it is.
yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Finally get the internet. Get the internet, everyone. It's great.
Internet. It's pretty cool.
It's one of the best inventions since sliced chair.
Yep, since Slice Chair. But no, seriously, everybody go out and pick up Saga of the Goblin Horde.
It might be one of my favourite games ever.
I just love the boss and minion mechanic.
Yeah,
It's
so
just fantastic.
Yeah, you in Saga of the Goblin Horde, you have minions that you can use to do stuff, which is fucking
Anything
awesome.
you like. And the best part of it is if you're going to take a wound, rather than take a wound, you can sling one of your minions in and take a wound.
Yeah, so at one point during the campaign, no, it's several points during the campaign, I was like, okay, well, I'm about to get
wiped yours
hurt,
out.
so I would just fucking chuck one of my minions in the way because you play a goblin boss.
Landed on one when you've taken a long drop.
Yep, chuck the guy in the way.
I think you surfed one. for a
Yeah,
bit.
I surfed on one in midair and then dropped him in the way of a spike. I won't say what the spike was, but yeah, basically that's what I did. It's fucking awesome. It's one of the
so
best
good.
games. It's one of the most creative and well-made games.
Hilarious,
So,
dark, brilliant. Yeah.
and that is why it wins the best game of the year.
Thanks, Rich. And thanks so much for coming over as well, mate. I really appreciate it.
Okay, no worries. Goodbye, guys. I'm glad you liked the game. I really wanted you to enjoy it. Okay, bye.
Bye, mate.
Get out. So that is Richard Woolcock, everyone, and that is Saga of the Goblin Horde. What a game!
a fucking
So
game.
go check out the Swift D12 version. That is fucking cool, and it's got a quick start rule on the website. So go and check it out now. Let it make you drool. It's so good, it will send you back to school because you want to go there to learn more, fool. That's what you want to do. Yeah. Get your lunch, pack it up tight, get to school, and get Kenneth Height. He's now dead because that guy killed him before. So. Anyway, without further ado, let's move on, guys, because we got some fucking letters to read.
Ah, yeah.
In the future, you will be able to send a letter from anywhere on the planet. This is the future. This is the Electro Letter.
So this is Electro Letters, where we read your letters. That's actually the third time I tried that.
I need some of them laser sounds.
So, the first letter comes in from Manuel Sams. He said, if you could be any kind of fantasy creature, what would you be?
Ooh.
What a nice question.
Jelly cube.
I was about to say lizard. That's just a real creature.
It's just a creature.
Yeah, I'm going lizard.
Alright, what? Any type? No, they're called, what are they called?
No, that's a shit answer. Do you know what? I would be a bloody fucking... I'd be a Minotaur. Because my wife said that the ones in Harry Potter are sexy. And I don't know what's wrong with her, but if she thinks that, then she'll probably
me up.
still stay with me. Because if I picked a goblin, she'd probably leave me. Yeah.
Matty Stark asks, what is the funniest misinterpretation of a rule your group has had? First question.
Well, I suppose there was one in Vampire where we were getting the rules for weapons the wrong way around.
Oh, yeah.
Because that meant that every weapon was as easy to use as the other weapon. Because you were supposed to roll the your against the difficulty of the weapon, then the damage, right? But we were doing it the wrong way around.
Yeah.
So it meant that all the weapons were as easy to use as the others. So that it would mean that like everyone would pick up a gun and everyone would be really good with it.
Really good with it, yeah.
Which is pretty dumb.
Yeah, that's
so
pretty
we
bad.
fucked that up. But that was only for like an hour in a session once. I was like, oh yeah, I've forgotten how fucking combat works because we've been so long without doing it.
Yeah, yeah.
So that means like every single person in the street just picks up like a samurai sword and is instantly cracking with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty dumb.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. His next question is, what is the best advice you were ever given for your game of choice? My first ever game was called Cthulhu. And your best ever advice that you gave me was you don't always have to fight everything in Call of Cthulhu.
Oh yeah, good point. Yeah,
because a lot of the time you shouldn't be fighting it at all.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, because I think actually Roland lived through 2 campaigns of Call of Cthulhu, and for anyone that's played that does not happen very often.
No, he was very lucky, wasn't he?
Yeah, so I think that that's probably actually a very decent bit of advice for anyone playing Cthulhu. I would say, I've repeated this too many times in the podcast, so I would say for any game, it's probably to just say yes, and that is my advice as a DM. That's probably the single best piece of advice that anybody has ever given me for RPGs. With regards to other games in general, I would say that good advice is to read the fucking books. Is what Spoonie always said. Yeah. And that's not like some advice somebody's given me, but it's more that he gives to like his fans, like in his videos and stuff. And he just said to read the fucking books. And that, to me, is a great bit of advice to have as a player, because there's often tons of shit in those books that people miss and just don't do.
And that could really help you.
Exactly. I mean, one of the things that we did in our most recent Pathfinder game, and one of the things that actually helped me to enjoy Pathfinder a lot more when we were getting fucking owned by shit, was poisons.
Yeah,
and
shit, yeah.
you know, we figured, you know, we got a druid in the party. It makes perfect sense that we would get into poisons and we would know about natural shit. I mean, the druid was lawful good. It was your guy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No, he was
neutral good.
neutral good.
Yeah.
But the point is that my guy was actually, he was true neutral, wasn't he?
Yeah.
But the point is that my true neutral guy, he was.
Bit of an a-hole.
He was an arsehole. He was, let's be honest.
Yeah.
But he learnt from the druid and learnt to use it for bad. And so he learnt poisons.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so when I read the books, and so I knew about poisons, but a lot of people skip over it because they just read the character creation bit, think, right, that's it, now I know how to play the game, let's go and play the fucking game. But read the fucking book, because you wouldn't have known about poisons otherwise.
It's true,
I knew about poisons, and we had a great time. It helped us through those fucking dungeons, man.
The GM might be like, they don't know anything. I've just said something that they should.
And he's like, I know about poisons. This guy hits you, and now you
poisoned.
take those poisons, man. They are fucking deadly, and they're awesome. So learn about this shit, and then the DM might be forced to read up about it too, and then you get these awesome gameplay situations where everyone's doing all this crazy shit, and it makes for a deeper game. So yeah, that is another great bit of advice that I was given by somebody I've never met. and
lastly, Matty says, what game are you going to run at Con on the Cob?
we are not going to Con on the Cob because we can't afford it.
Yeah, that's good.
But we are going to ShackCon in August, and I was hoping to run Aliens vs. Rednecks, and as of yet, unfinished game. But I want to run Aliens vs. Rednecks, which is a game that I wrote,
with Eric Lamoureux,
which is available now on DriveThruRPG for the low price of pay what you want. It is a very fun game all about Aliens vs. Rednecks.
Yeah, thank you very much
Yeah.
for your shameless plug.
It's not shameless.
No.
It's shameful.
Yeah, no, it's not shameful. Shut up.
It's a shameful plug.
We can't plug it here. Where the fuck can we plug it?
Exactly. I mean, I've already put like copies in my local library and stuff like this, trying to get people to fucking read it.
Sitting on the street like a dealer going, check this out.
Hey, you want to buy Aliens vs. Rednecks?
Opens up his jacket and he's just got a load of printed out.
What are you buying?
Aliens vs. Rednecks?
I'm in it.
Awesome.
I'm really proud of it, and I think it's quite good.
It's very good, yes. It is
So, Matthew Imaginary Truth Jones comes in with, have you ever run a truly evil game?
Maid was pretty evil.
Maid was... Yeah, no, that was, because you were working for
an evil boss in an evil lair.
To be fair, he was trying to convince people that he'd gone legit by...
But he hadn't.
Yeah. So, this one was a pretty funny game, actually. Basically, this evil boss... Maid is a game where you have to...
He's a gangster skeleton, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was a gangster skeleton, and basically in Maid you have to be maids, and you're working for a boss, and the idea is that you have to do mundane tasks usually, and those mundane tasks go very wrong. That's a typical game of Maid. You can do it in many, many different ways, but essentially in this particular one, this gangster skeleton who owned an evil lair was trying to convert his lair into a mansion to convince two business people that he'd gone legit. And so what these people would do, what the maids had to do was sort of paper over the cracks just long
dress
enough.
up the dungeon, yeah.
Yeah, just for long enough, just to convince these people for one dinner that this wasn't a dungeon.
He makes the deal, job done. Yeah.
Exactly. So like there were cupboards full of monsters. So it would be like, okay, let's go and get a plate. You open the cupboard.
Load of imps broke out.
Yeah, load of imps broke out, and they had to go and try and get the imps back in there, try and get them not to go into the dining room. Like
They tried to cover the evil blue flame chandelier and set the fucking curtains on fire.
You open like a chest, and it turns out it's a loot box, and like an evil sword comes out. I don't know, like shit like this.
But it was good. Yeah.
Yeah, so
evil.
that was probably like, that was sort of an evil game. I once played in an evil game at work where we were both chaotic evil, and all we wanted to do was just fuck each other over the whole time. And actually, it didn't last long. Probably it lasted 4 days, but we played for pretty much 8 hours straight because we were playing at work.
Yeah.
So like 4 8-hour days, and we it was fun. It was cathartic, but it was kind of dumb because the story was just mental. Because every time we saw somebody, we'd just kill and eat them because we just eat them for sustenance and kill them and shit. It was crazy, but yeah, it was good.
That's brilliant.
Most evil thing you've ever allowed a player to do? Well,
I allowed 2 players to fight to the death.
And I chucked in your game. I chucked
a child to the zombies
as a distraction.
As a distraction, yeah. That's
in a minor bit of the story.
Yeah.
I once allowed a player to defile a corpse in one of the most unsanctimonious ways I'm going to leave that there.
I weren't at that session. But
No, it was absolutely Hideo Kojima.
Yeah, it was. And lastly, Matt asks, how much war would a man-o' war if a man-o' could war? Enough.
Enough, mate. Enough. Enough, bruv. So thanks, Matthew, Imaginary Truth Jones.
Keep them coming in.
Keep them coming in, man. We like you.
We like you a lot.
I want to get freaky with you.
That's a tune. Next question's in from James Pumpkin Clark. And he asks, is there a system you're dying to play?
Only mention one. So
Why?
if there's one system you're dying to play, what is it?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I know I'm dying to play.
What's that?
Mutant Megatron.
Okay, Mutant Megatron. Why? What is it, Nick?
It's the third book from Mutant Year Zero.
And
you get to play robots
from the future.
from the future in a dystopian post-apocalyptic world.
That sounds fucking cool.
And you get to fight animal people and fucking mutant humans.
Thing is, I'm really looking forward to playing Bubblegum Crisis, which is a sort of futuristic Blade Runner type setting with mechs in a Japanese area.
Oh man!
But
and we're playing that next.
We're playing that next. So I'm not like dying to play that because I know we're going to play it.
Exactly.
So the other one I would say is probably going to be Hackmaster.
Oh, how could I forget about that? Me too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really looking forward to Hackmaster as well.
So that's that.
Thank you very much. Right, next one. Going by whatever you're currently exposed to, what character would you be in real life? E.g., I've watched a lot of 80s anime recently, so I'd be one of those new wave people with big hair, loud colours, face makeup, etc.
So, yeah, going by what you're currently exposed to, what would you be in real life?
At the moment?
I've just been playing a lot of StarCraft 2.
I've just played a lot of Overwatch.
So I would be...
Okay, yeah, that's fine. There we go, back to Overwatch again.
Yeah, it's always fucking Overwatch. It's always fucking
I'd
Blizzard
like to
games,
be Diva's
man.
mech.
Well, so she could get in you. Oh, man, that's dirty. That's real dirty. And I'd be a Zergling from StarCraft 2. Just a little...
Zergling.
Yeah.
Nice. And lastly, this... wow, this is a good one. Has a fart got lumps in it?
Only if...
You fart shit out? I don't know.
Only if you fart shit out. Wow. This is a new low for this show. I never thought I'd say that. I never thought that we would reach new lows. I thought we've already got as low as we could possibly
Just when
go.
we thought we'd hit metal, we've got through that.
We've got to the lava.
Yeah, we're at the lava now. Lovely. Thank you very much, James, as always. And oh my God, lastly, look at the last question.
No. He's back.
He's back.
I thought they got him back into prison.
Maybe he broke back out.
I need to go to the toilet.
Oh,
You can answer this one.
well, but because it's from Zach, he running away.
TableTopTwats.
It's Zach Jenkins, everyone. He's an escaped convict and...
Monster mastermind.
Yeah. What does he want, man?
Oh, man.
I've got the fear.
I've got the fear too. Hopefully he's not coming. No, it's all right. It's a question. It's not a death threat. Excellent. Do you guys believe in the rule of cool? If so, how do you think it's overused, underused by DMs?
So for those that don't know, the rule of cool basically is... in an RPG, the rule of cool means giving your players the chance to perform ridiculous stunts or bending the rules a little bit in the sake of an awesome scene.
Ooh. Personally,
I think that I will use it in certain games or in certain campaigns. Because I, for example...
to the flavour of the game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In like my Shadowrun campaign, for instance, I made it very cartoony and cinematic.
Yep.
Because that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
A lot of people say, that's not Shadowrun.
Shut up your ass.
Yeah, shove it up your ass, baby. But if I did Shadowrun again, I might do it differently. I have just ordered 2nd edition, actually.
Oh, yeah, you picked it still.
Yeah. So, basically, I mean, sometimes I do it, sometimes I won't.
Yeah.
If I'm doing a game, I think sometimes, like, I'll use it either somewhat frequently or completely infrequently.
Yeah.
I think sometimes for the sake of a scene it is necessary, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Because if you need to bend it a little bit, like if somebody says I want to leap over this fucking fiery chasm,
for
you
the
go
sake of drama and excitement, to bend a little rule a little bit. Fuck that shit.
exactly.
Go for it,
Because
mate.
I mean, sometimes when you go into a room and you just want to jump over like a little gap, and the DM just goes no, You just go and you can just see that the player looks bored. It's like, oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think sometimes you just gotta break it out when it dramatically makes sense.
Yeah.
When is that? I mean, Jesus Christ, that's a whole podcast in and of itself.
Wow,
isn't it?
yeah, bloody hell, yeah.
That's so hard to answer.
But don't tell your players you're using it.
Yeah, of course, never ever. But I I could think of like a million examples of when I used it. But like, a good example would be like sometimes when I'll allow a character to make a couple of extra moves when they're leaping through the air.
Yep.
And I remember there was a time where I think there was a guy, there was a guy in Shadowrun. I forget his name now. But it was my brother's character.
Oh, Sledge? No.
Sledge, that was it.
Sledge, yeah.
Yeah. And he was a real bonehead.
Drone rigger, wasn't he?
No, he was a street samurai.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, and he a couple of times during combat he wanted to do. He was always leaping through the air. That's what he was always leaping through the air. But a couple of times during combat, I would say if the leaping is the move action, and then whatever you're doing in the air is what you're doing in the air.
Yeah.
And he'd say, I want to backflip, and then while I'm backflipping, I want to get my sword out and I want to shoot my gun, and then when I land, I want to do this. And it was like things like this. And I'd allow maybe like one extra action just for the sake of I knew this was going to be the attack that would kill the thing.
Dramatic
so
effect.
I wanted him to do
look
it
amazing and feel
and
good.
so either he would fail it and it would add a bit of a level of comedy to the game,
or it'd be amazing.
Or it would be the final attack and it would be amazing.
Yeah,
because he was making a big deal out of fuck all, or it was like the final attack and it would be like the sickest final attack ever.
Exactly. And everyone will remember it.
So in that way, I've bended a little rule that because I've gone, this will be sick. Or we could just go for another round of combat, rolling another initiative, and everyone goes, and then on the first turn you go, you shoot it, you kill it, all right, good.
Well done. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Totally. Yeah. Use that rule of cool.
Yeah. Definitely. Man. That's what the DM's job is, man.
Yeah.
You've got to do that sometimes.
You're the cool facilitator.
That's why in Savage Worlds I fucking hate GM bennies, and I think they're dumb because the fact of the matter is that. The GM's job is to sometimes bend the rules a little bit. And when a GM goes, I'm using a GM Benny, it's just basically saying like, hey, I've got my cheat tokens. And it's like, okay, so you're using your
we had a different word for them. You had a different word for when I was running.
We called them cunt tokens.
I spent one there, I was using another cunt token.
Yeah, so it's like, I remember when it was more polite for the DM just to sort of cunt you in secret. You know?
Now it's like, ping,
it's like,
drop.
Oh, by the way, I'm cunting you guys.
Really hard, because I've got 3 left.
Yeah,
definitely.
So, rule of cool, mate. Yeah, definitely do it when it's needed.
Thank you very much, Zach. I'm happy you're back on the streets. Please don't kill us.
Please don't kill us.
We love you.
Very much.
Very much so. And no, we're joking. Keep them coming in, of course. And that is all the letters. Here, check some on you.
Big time.
And that is all the electro letters we have this week, mate.
Thank you very much, everyone, for sending them in. You're the best, guys.
The best ones, and we love you lots.
We do. Well, it's starting to sound inauthentic because we said it so fucking often. So let's call them a bad name.
All right.
You flew flipping. Oh,
Dullards.
Oh, no, they won't stop listening. Yes, thanks for sending them in.
We're joking, of course. Yes, you are the best. You make this podcast happen. Without you, well, it would just be me and you chatting
in a room and then flinging it out onto the internet.
And everyone going, oh, no, I don't think so.
Yeah.
And he is the champion of the dungeon.
Okay, so you've listened to the show and you want to get in contact with us, no doubt. And you would do that by emailing us at TableTopTwats@gmail.com.
Also jump over to Twitter and send us a message, which is at TableTopTwats.
Or at Facebook.com/TabletopT.
Or lastly, but definitely not leastly, the G Plus community. That's where we hang out. Oh yeah.
I'm yawning.
So fucking cool. Come over and see us at the Nerds International or our own Tabletop Twats G Plus community.
Exactly. We'll just follow us as actual people on G Plus. We don't mind.
Or just follow us about the street.
Yeah, if you want.
If you want to.
I don't mind.
We don't care.
We obviously every show we like to give you a thought of the week, you know, some sort of mind food.
Something to ponder on to get you through.
Exactly, to keep you going until the next episode comes out, because we know how boring life can be. And this week will be no different. And the thought of the week this week is... What's another word for thesaurus? Oh, that's a tough one, And don't say lexicon, you smart ass. Right, so... With that leaves one more thing to be said, and that thing, of course, the one thing that binds us all, that lets us know that in fact we're just one big family living on a big flan.
It's the connective tissue that keeps us as a unit.
That makes it the flan, you know, the big flan of the earth.
Flan with the flan all over it, that's us.
That's us, right?
But the only reason that's us is because of one word. And what is that word?
Chicken McBloody Bosh.
Yeah!
Whoa, guys, I've got to say, that absolutely rocked my socks off. If I was wearing socks,
What a bloody show! That was amazing!
Onion Knight, that was so good,
That
wasn't
was
it?
amazing! I can't, 10 out of 10. Well done, the Necromancer.
Yes. What about you, Harrison? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it was awesome. That was really cool. I absolutely loved that. I'll give it... You know, I'll crank it up. I'll give it 11.
Whoa, yes.
I'll give it 11.
Yes, the Necromancers are definitely decent doo-doo.
But no, there's no time to relax.
Oh, why?
Nigel, because we've got to get backstage and meet the Necromancers so they can help Harrison with his quandary of getting back to his world.
Oh, we get to meet them too, I'm so excited!
Shut up, don't get excited.
Okay.
Yeah, he's right. Don't get excited. Look.
Let me put this grumble down.
We've got to get backstage. Right, that's the door over there, right?
Yep.
So, right, you two shut up, because you're a bunch of... Let's call it what it is.
Be careful.
Fucktards.
Oh, okay, yes.
So, I'm going to go up and I'm going to smooth talk the guard, okay? Just let me handle this.
You're just going to waltz up there, speak to the big guy, and then you're just going to swagger up, you know, have a chat, and then he's just going to let it, is he?
Look at the way I walk. It's really cool. Look, check this
my
walk.
God. Do you want a spoon with that bowl?
What do you mean? What does that mean?
Don't worry.
Okay. Anyway, look, I look pretty rad, right?
Yeah, rad's a word, sure. Yep, you working it.
Nigel, why is he walking like that? He looks like a weirdo.
I know.
He looks disabled.
Just let him do his thing and we'll see.
Yo, what up, Holmes? Yeah, I got to get into the back of that there club. I'm the manager for the Dead Necromancers, and I got to go to see them right away.
No, mate.
I don't think you understand who you're talking to. My name's Flex Spazington. I'm the manager for the Necromancers.
I'm going to stop you there. I don't quite think you realise who you're talking to.
Yeah, I know who I'm talking to, sir. You're the bouncer, and I'm Flex Spazington.
I'm more than a bouncer, my friends. I am high security of the Necromancers, mate.
You work specifically for the Necromancers.
Do I really have to tense this bicep in front of you to prove my point?
Whoa. Okay. I'm just gonna speak to my friend over here. Just give me 1 second.
Good idea.
Idiot.
Well, that went well, didn't it? I see you got his gun out.
Flex Spazington.
Oh, God.
Okay, look. Right, Nigel, do a magic on him.
Excuse me? Do a magic on him?
Yeah, do a magic on him.
Years of training and you tell me to do a magic on him?
Yeah, do one on him.
Do you know how insulting that is? What do you mean do a magic?
Do one on him.
Why did you tell Onion Knight to just throw an onion at him?
I would never disgrace my weapon like that.
Of course you wouldn't. It's just a figure of speech.
Yeah, okay,
making
look,
a point to this guy.
Look, just do it.
What? Any ideas?
I don't know, like, summon a picnic. Like you did earlier on the Bonacon.
Can't do that, yes.
Okay, we'll do it.
Actually, I have heard that security are quite partial to picnics.
No, I mean, someone went directly underneath him and it might knock him over.
Oh, right, okay. Well, I need to get a little bit closer. I'm a little bit out of range.
Okay, I'll go to the left and I'll cause a distraction. And then as I'm doing so, you start the spell.
I think you just walking in that funny way causes a good enough distraction.
Okay, I'll do it again.
Brilliant. Right, okay, I'm going to sneak over here. And some...
Right, it appears to have worked. Go. Right, okay, which one is it?
I can't believe that actually worked!
Okay, no, this door's the fuckheads. This one's the spaz knuckles, the Jim Bobs, the...
No, the black door at the bottom, look.
Ah, there we go.
Bone handle.
Go. All right, should we knock? Do you reckon we should... All right,
Oh my god, I've got really shy.
No, shut up, you idiot. Right, do you reckon we should knock?
It's probably polite. I would say so.
Hello!
You idiot!
Oh,
What do you, want more adoring fans, I guess?
absolutely!
Oh, goodness.
You guys are incredible.
Yeah, I mean, really good show tonight. Stella, we're not actually here to we're really sorry to disturb you. We were going to knock on the door, but Nigel here just burst in.
Sorry.
It's an honor to meet you, really, it is. I'm flabbergasted.
Right, shut up. Shut
I
up,
get just
both.
a small-
No, Nigel, shut up.
I just want an autograph.
No, but in a minute.
Okay,
Look,
sorry.
necromancers, oh ye,
Look, shut up. Talk normally. All of you. Okay?
I am talking.
All we ever get are blubbering fans and gibbering fools. I require but one thing.
Okay.
Talk to us like actual people.
Fine. Okay.
Right, okay, sorry.
What up, dude?
What's your name?
My name is Corpse Mangler.
That's a lovely name.
Cool
Mr.
name,
Corpse?
yeah. May I call you Corpse?
Yes. And this here is our guitarist Rachel, our drummer Necro Destroyer, and our bassist Zombie Boy.
Lovely to meet you all. Hey,
Basi-
Rachel.
Okay, listen. What do you want?
Well, as you may have noticed by my strange finery, I'm not from this world, and I was advised by my friend Nigel here that you're basically, well, you're necromancers.
Yes, we are the Necromancers, the band, yes.
And that you basically might be able to help me get back to my world.
Well, we don't do magic of any kind.
No magic.
Shut up, Rachel.
Not at all. You couldn't help this lost friend of ours out.
Well, there is but one thing I know of.
Yes.
There is a bloke, well, a god,
God.
a rock god that sits astride the mountain next to this very pub.
What do you mean up there?
Yes, up there.
Shut up, Rachel. Yes, up there.
So will he help us?
Well, you need to beat him in a guitar competition.
You what?
You need to beat him in a guitar competition.
Okay. Anyone play guitar?
She does.
I play guitar.
I need to be teleported. So she can't play guitar for me, right? I have to play guitar, and I can't play guitar. So
Can't do much, to be honest.
Shut the fuck up,
Sorry,
Nigel.
Sorry.
So if for example, could we pay you for Rachel to teach me to play guitar so I can beat the rock god that sits astride the mountain?
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Why don't you ask her yourself?
Will you teach me to play guitar? This is gonna be fun, isn't it?
Oh yes. I'd love to play drums.